My name is Mitch Weber. I'm running for Missouri House of Representatives, District 13. There are a lot of people who, we're talking to. They have kids in the school district in District 13, and they are like, we understand that the legislature for the last 2 years has fully funded education, but we're scared of what happens next because the state legislature basically lowered the goal so then they could fully meet it. Well, there are a lot of parents and even teachers who are concerned because they know that in the state of Missouri, education, and I agree, education is probably one of the most important issues because it affects so many other issues, from violence, from making sure people have what they need to be able to live. And if you can level the playing field with education and people can get the same education no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, that can make a big difference in their lives moving forward, whether that's their next step if they're going to continue education after high school, or if they're going to go into a training program so they can go into a certain field. So people are concerned about what happens with education because you just hear about all the cuts to education and the ways they're trying to change the system. They are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and some of them have to choose between medical bills, heating bills, and eating. And they're very concerned. They don't feel like there are people at the state level who are there looking out for their best interests. And so that's why we try and get across, like, look, we need to hear your stories, we need to tell your stories, so then when we are making decisions on a state level, that we have that to point to and say, look, this person over here, if we don't expand Medicaid, they have to choose between whether or not they can pay medical bills or feed their family. One of the two major issues that we've been hearing when we've been knocking doors, again, education and healthcare and expanding Medicaid. Missouri needs to be one of those states, we are one of the holdout states right now, but we need to be one of the other states, 33 states, that have expanded Medicaid, because that is money coming from the federal government that could help Missouri and our families. That is definitely one of the priorities that I'm going to make sure that once I do get to Jefferson City, we need to figure out what's the holdup and why we can't bring that into Missouri to help working families. We're going to have to work across the aisle, and we're going to have to be able to listen. We're going to have to be able to make sure that we can work with those across the aisle. And I've done that for 16 years, making sure that you don't go into a situation that you already have your mind made up. You need to make sure you go in with an open mind. You can have conversations, because that's really the only way things are going to change, especially when you're in the minority. You need to be able to work with the other side, and I think I'm definitely equipped to do that. Having conversations with my mom, she recently passed this year before I decided to run. But we always just talked about being a good person, being someone who listens to people, being someone who looks out for others. So you obviously always have to look out for yourself, but you also have to look out for others. And when I decided to run, I decided that we need lawmakers who are going to be different. We need new voices. We need people who are actually going to listen to everyone. And also, I think you should be making decisions in Jefferson City like your constituents are sitting right next to you.